Yo, check this out. I finally got a 5080 and man, it took a lot longer than expected. So right here, this is my build and currently it's got an RTX 3070. And ever since I upgraded this PC to the AM5 platform in my last video, I've had GPUs just sitting in my cart waiting for the right moment. I had a few options in there, starting with the 5070, but if I'm being honest, I was really hoping to land a 5080 on a good deal. That was, of course, before this whole RAM shortage thing. Now, a big reason I didn't just buy a new GPU when I upgraded to AM5 was because I was hoping the 5080 Super or Ti would be announced and maybe that would drop the prices of the 5080 and I could snatch one up before they either go out of stock or whatever happens. Fast forward a couple months now, and it seems those plans have been either delayed or completely canceled. So I recently started checking prices again, and a few days ago, I actually found this GPU on Micro Center's website for $1,150. At that price, it was about $300 cheaper than most other 5080s that I saw. And then I noticed the 5070 Ti's that were in my cart were only about $200 to $300 cheaper than this 5080. And that's when it really caught my attention. Plus, with the uncertainty of DRAM pricing and all that stuff, I wasn't sure if I'd ever see prices like this again. So yeah, I guess you can say I got a little FOMO. My only real requirement was a white GPU, and of course, this checked that box. So why the 5080? I mean, I looked really hard at the 5070 Ti and even a little bit at the 5070, but ultimately the 5070 just didn't have the VRAM or power that I needed for my workloads. So that was out. Now the remaining cards both have 16 gigabytes of VRAM, and I think at least for a while, that should be enough for my workloads. All that being said, this 5080 just had more raw power, more CUDA cores, and it was the right deal at the right time with a little sprinkle of FOMO because I was very afraid of missing out on this deal. And luckily I did hit buy now, went and picked it up. Literally the next day, they were all sold out again at Micro Center. They had plenty of the other ones still in stock, but yeah, got lucky. But yeah, all that being said, let's go ahead, get this thing installed and talk about it. So here it is installed. Well, kinda. I'm still working on a new vertical mount for this GPU. And I also ordered a 180-degree adapter for this connector right here to hide the cable a bit better. But otherwise, it is installed and it is working. And I don't know if you can tell, but there is some new furniture in here. My ADHD got the best of me and I put together some furniture I got from IKEA and just revamped this room a little bit. So it has been a couple days since I installed this GPU. I gotta say, I am super impressed with Zotac here. The design is clean and doesn't feel gimmicky in any way. Plus, look how chunky this thing is. It's massive. And it almost made my 3070 look mini, which was crazy because the 3070 that I got was a 3-slot card back in the day. I mean, well, it's still a 3-slot card, but you know what I mean. It was considered a big card back then. And this thing just makes it look tiny. But aside from the looks, performance is buttery smooth. Really wasn't sure what to expect from this upgrade, but so far I'm really happy with the results. I haven't had enough time to really do a deep dive with the GPU, but I did run a set of real-world tests to see how it stacked up. First up, I did an editing test. I loaded up a project that I just kind of made up. It was a bunch of 4K footage stacked and just some of it was vertical, some was horizontal. It was just a lot basically. And what I did is I did an export with a render and I wanted to see how long that took. Where the 5080 improved the most was actually during the timeline editing. So with the 3070 on my normal projects, not the fake made up one I just talked about, I would often start getting really laggy about 75% of the way through my edits. And the reason for that is because once you start stacking 4K footage and all this stuff, you need more VRAM, you need more power, just raw power. There's no substitution for that. And so that's where the 5080 really shined. So needless to say, this, even with that fake edit that I just talked about, it blew through it like it was nothing. Next up, I did a quick gaming test in Apex and Throne and Liberty. Two things I play, I want to say regularly, but I really don't play regularly. It's here and there basically. I did same settings at 4K, and then I switched to the 1080 480 Hz mode on my new monitor and ran the same tests across both GPUs. Keep in mind, I also had to screen record, which took the frames down just a little bit, and honestly, I couldn't even do 4K while screen recording in Throne and Liberty with my 3070. It was way too much for the 3070 and it just kept crashing. So those results are a little skewed with no screen recording, but I still included them just for the sake of the video. That being said, as you can see, no surprise here, there was just huge improvement across the board. Of course, this is exactly what I was hoping for, and I'm excited to start using this thing daily. The upgrade feels solid, the performance is all there, and for this build, at this moment, with this price point, I'm super happy with this decision. Let me know down in the comments what you would have done if anything differently.